First Things First is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
A homecoming full of emotions for Tom Brady. How much did those emotions, though, factor into last night's win? The Dallas Cowboys have won 3 in a row, but are they legit Super Bowl contenders this season? And Mac Jones giving Patriots fans hope for the future last night. Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to First Things First. Jenna Wolf alongside Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wilds, who was at Foxborough last night, and apparently the guy never left, literally still in the stadium.
I'm still here, Jenna. I'm excited for the show. I know I'm supposed to be upset, but I am not. Still happy.
Look at you, buddy. We're so happy. We're happy for you. No. Don't let it sink in. He hasn't gone to bed yet. All right. So it was both Wilds' return to Gillette as well as Tom Brady's. And he was fired up for this one. Tight game on a rainy night up in New England. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Tom hooking up with another Patriot. That's Antonio Brown to get the Bucs in field goal range. That sets up Ryan Suckup from 48 to go up by 2. Pats had time to get in field goal range, though. But Nick Folks, 56-yarder for the win, just hits the left upright. And the Buccaneers escape with a 19-17 win. And the scene that we all wondered about, Brady and Belichick after the game, hugging it out midfield. A lot of emotion there, no matter what they'll tell you. Afterwards, though, Tom Brady on what it felt like to be back.
I try not to predict what was going to happen and how I'd feel, and had a few emotional moments this week just thinking about all the people that have really meant so much to me in my life and that are a part of this community. And I'm just very grateful for, amazing time here. And like I said, my football journey took me somewhere else, but I'm really enjoying that, and great to get a win. 3-1, I know, to make it about the game, but 3-1 against a really good football team tonight's what we wanted to get done.
You coached Tom Brady in practice for 20 years, but this is the first time you went ahead against him in a game. What was the experience like going?
We went against Tom Brady every day in practice defensively. So it's not like we've never seen Tom Brady before.
Was the experience of coaching against him in a game any different?
They're a good football team. He's a great quarterback. I think that's all goes without saying.
We've had a personal relationship, and for 20 plus years. So he drafted me here, and I've had a lot of personal conversations that should remain that way, and they're very private. And I would say so much is made of our relationship, and as I said earlier this week, from a player standpoint, you just expect the coach to give you everything he's got, and I'm sure as a player, that's what he was hoping for me. But nothing's really accurate that I ever see. It's all kind of, definitely doesn't come from my personal feelings or beliefs. And I have a lot of respect for him as a coach, and obviously a lot of respect for this organization and, all the different people here that try to make it successful.
Tom Brady saying all the right things. Well, that on-the-field emotion spilled off the field as well. Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer tweeting that Belichick came into the Bucs locker room after the game for a private chat with Tom. Oh, to be a fly. All right, Kevin Wilds, you predicted a Patriots win. That was about as close as it could have come to being a win for New England. What are you feeling right now? What's going
guaranteed.
through?
I guarantee.
Getting close.
Don't water it down.
It was a guarantee. It was a guarantee. Did I say it was a guaranteed victory or a moral victory? I'm not sure. No one knows. We're going to have to check the tape. So here's the thing. If you're asking me how I'm feeling,
we don't record our shows.
My head is spinning around in circles. It is up is down, left is right. I have no idea what's happening. The game starts, scene setting. Tom Brady is cheered. Then Tom Brady is booed. Then Tom Brady breaks the record and he is cheered. Then he is booed. Then the game ends and he is cheered. You have people wearing Tampa Bay Bucs jerseys. The whole thing is confusing. To the point where another thing is confusing was my guarantee of a Patriots victory may have been right, even though they lost, ? I said Tom Brady was going to be emotional and have a bad game. That was correct. I said this Bucs defense was totally overrated and Mac Jones would eat them up. That was correct. Mac Jones completed 77% of his passes, 19 straight at one point, almost won the game. I said that the Patriots defense, who you guys don't think is any good, would be excellent and shut down, keep this high-powered Bucs offense to a touchdown, couple field goals. That was correct too. Now, yours might be saying, Wilds, are you backing out of your guarantee and now claiming it was a moral victory? Not at all. I would never do that. But if some people do subscribe to moral victories, I did see the Cowboys rip off 3 straight wins after playing this Bucs team close, and the Patriots do have, I believe, the Cowboys, the Jets, and the Texans. Do I think that we're going to win 3 of those games and then look up and be like, wow, the Patriots are 4-3. Turns out they're pretty good. So do I feel sad? Are these raindrops or my tears? I actually feel encouraged and wonderful, Broussard.
Wilds, and the people in the morning meeting can vouch for me. I was all set to come on here and cheer you up and give you major league props for that foolhardy prediction. I was going to sing your praises that, you know what, I don't think Tom Brady was shook as you said he would be, but he didn't play his best game. He clearly wasn't himself, and maybe my 2% prediction of the Patriots having a chance to win, maybe it should have been 5%. I was going to give you props, but now I'm not. After that little performance just a minute ago, instead I'm going here. You were wrong. You were flat out wrong. All right, no moral victories. You think Bill Belichick wants a moral victory? You lost the game. I'll give you this. Brady wasn't bad, but he wasn't really good either. Remember that his numbers could have looked a lot different. There was a late there was a 44-yard pass to Antonio Brown. They got nullified by an offensive lineman's penalty. And then at the end of the game, 2 passes in the end zone. I thought Antonio should have caught both of them. All right, so Brady, it could have looked a lot differently. All right, I'll give you your boy Mac Jones did outplay Brady. He outplayed Brady.
Oh, say it again.
He was great. He was
put
that on the screen.
Yes, he did outplay Brady.
Huge.
But you play to win the game.
Guys are out of your minds.
Play to win the game, so he didn't win the game. And Belichick coached better, Nick, than Brady played. Wow. My only beef with Belichick, because his defense was great. I don't want to say he had Brady confused, but he certainly had him out of sorts. But the only issue I have with Belichick, Nick, is this. Late in the game, 59 seconds left, 4th and 3. The way that Jones had been moving down the field, the depleted secondary of the Buccaneers, I think he should have gone for it. And here's why. Even if Nick Foles hits that field goal, right, the 56-yarder, that's 59 seconds left for Brady just to get in field goal position. And I'll go like Wilds. I would guarantee that Brady would have got them in field goal position, Nick, and won the game. So I think he should have won. Other than that, Belichick was great.
Okay. All right. Listen, folks, sometimes people ask me a lot, like essentially, and they think they're being kind, but they're like, how'd you get on TV? Essentially, like, why are you there? And it's like, we know why Jenna's there. She's a multi-time Emmy winner. We know why Wilds is there. He had very popular and successful stand-up comedy specials on Comedy Central back in the day, and it doesn't hurt he married into television royalty. So those 2 things. We know why Broussard's there. He's a multiple-time Pulitzer Prize winner. So, Nick, why are you there? And the answer is because while my colleagues drip in narratives and drip in, well, it feels like this should be a Patriots win if you're Kevin Wilds. And Broussard's like, it feels like Tom Brady's going to have, I think it was 350 to 450 yards and 4 touchdowns. I sit here soberly and coldly and analyze the data and say, you know what? Tom Brady is going to play poorly for a lot of the reasons Wild said. Broussard's going to be dead wrong about that. But Wilds is going to be dead wrong about that mattering because the Patriots stink. And while Wilds right now is literally dripping from the raindrops and his tears of last night, he still has not yet understood the fact that this Patriots team is no good. That they have 3 times this year held their opponent in the teens and lost. Like or twice they've held their opponent in the teens and lost. The other time was getting blown out by the Saints. That in their losses, their offense, let me give it to you, has scored a resounding 16, 13, and 17 points. And to Broussard's point about Belichick and about the field goal at the end, you don't have to take my word that Mac Jones is not very good. Take Bill Belichick's choices. Because Bill Belichick had the choice. What do I trust more? Nick Folk to make a 56-yarder. He hasn't made a kick of longer than 55 since 2015. He's 3 for 9 on those in his career. Nick Folk to make a 55-yarder outdoors, and our defense then get a stop, or Mac Jones to pick up 3 yards. And Belichick's like, send out the kicker. Can't ask Mac to get 3 yards. Guarantee Brady doesn't get the ball back and we get a shorter field goal. That was Belichick's choice. Now, you want to make the argument Belichick doesn't know what he's doing, Wilds? Have